Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk to you today about three phrases that a lot of you might be saying to yourself pretty often, hopefully not, and how these things are actually keeping you stuck and what you can do about them. So these three phrases are could have, should have, and would have. And for years, I got stuck in the could have, should have, would haves. And I realized that it was keeping me stuck in a place where I felt guilt, I felt sadness, just not a very good place to be. And another thing that I realized about the could have, should have, would have, besides the emotional state that it kept me in, was that it's not really going to make a difference, because if we learned what we need to learn from the past, there's no reason to focus on it anymore. And once I started my spiritual journey and started doing this work, looking back on what I could have, should have, and would have done if things were different only put me in my head and lowered my energy, and it affected the way I show up in my work. And that took the form of, what if I would have stayed with social work, or what if I would have started my self-healing journey earlier, or what if I would have, should have, could have done that differently. And I realized, what if I didn't do that? What if I just simply focused on the present, which is really one of the biggest purposes of spiritual development anyway? What if I focused on that, and once we do that, it brings us into a place of peace within ourselves and a place of understanding. Well, if I could have, should have, would have done all those things and did all those things that I thought I could have, should have, would have done, then things would have turned out so differently. They might have turned out so differently that I wouldn't have had the growth experiences that I had. I wouldn't have met the people I've met. I wouldn't have been in the situations I was in, and maybe it would have altered the course of things in a way that wouldn't have been in my best interest. So instead of focusing on the past and the regrets of what you should have done, what you shouldn't have done, what you would have done, on and on, try to understand, get to a place of understanding that you're exactly where you are meant to be, and maybe you weren't meant to have certain experiences, meet certain people, have certain situations, and just know and trust in that what's meant for you is for you, and what's not is not, and you can always make a different choice. We do have free will. So I'm sending you so much love and many blessings.